The ocean was pitch black when the scream tore through the night, metal grinding, an engine choking, and then a splash so violent it shook the empty shore. That sound, it didn't just echo across the waves. It summoned the one man who shouldn't have been awake at 2 a.m., a tired single-dad janitor named Rifai Khan, mopping floors at the naval training facility nearby. He shouldn't have run toward danger. He shouldn't have dived into icy water with nothing but a flashlight between his teeth. But that's the thing about heroes, they don't wait for permission. They move. And if you stay till the end of this story, you'll understand why people still talk about what happened next. And trust me, you're going to want to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this, they're not just watched. They're felt. Rifai had lived half his life in the shadows. A man of few words, working a job most people never noticed. Every night he left his 8-year-old daughter, Mehek, asleep on the couch with her textbooks still open. She always waited for him to come home, whispering, "Papa, one day we'll have a normal life, right?" He always smiled. Inshallah, Mary Yan. Soon. But, soon, felt like a word written on sand. On that night, when he heard the impossible noise over the sea, he didn't think. He ran. When he reached the pier, he saw fire licking the surface of the ocean. A Navy training jet, small but deadly, was sinking nose first, water rushing inside. And someone was pounding on the canopy from the inside. A pilot. A young one. Rifai Dove. The cold knifed through him instantly. But he kept going, fighting through fuel-burned water until he reached the cockpit. The canopy wouldn't open. The pilot's oxygen mask was broken. Time was killing them. Rifai took a breath so deep it hurt, then plunged under again, bracing his feet against the sinking jet. He gripped the canopy edge and pulled. Muscles screamed, nails tore, but he kept pulling until the frame bent just enough for the pilot's arm to slip through. Rifai grabbed it. Their hands locked, and he pulled the officer out just as the jet disappeared into the deep with a monstrous hiss. The young officer, Lieutenant Daniel Cross, coughed seawater, shaking and terrified. Rifai held him above water until rescue boats arrived. No one asked the janitor his name. They were too busy saving the officer's life. Rifai slipped away silently, as he always did. He went home, soaked to the bone, smelling of jet fuel. Mehek woke up worried. "Papa, where were you? You're freezing." He wrapped her in his arms. "I just helped someone tonight. That's all." She looked at him with those large, trusting eyes. "You always help people, Papa." He smiled, but this time it felt different. The next morning, the street outside his tiny rented house shook. Not from one, not from two, but 5 Humvees rolling up like a small armored convoy. Neighbors peeked from windows. Vendors stood frozen. Rifai stood on his doorstep holding a broom, confused. From the lead Humvee stepped out a group of Navy officers in full-dress uniform. Then Lieutenant Cross appeared, cleaned up, bandaged, walking carefully toward him with a solemn expression. "Sir, is this him?" one officer asked. Cross nodded firmly. "That's the man who saved my life." Rifai blinked. I'm just a janitor." "You don't need to." "Sir," a decorated admiral interrupted, "last night you did what trained rescuers could barely manage. You dove into burning fuel. You ripped open a cockpit underwater. You carried one of ours until help arrived." The admiral saluted him. A full salute. A janitor being saluted by a Navy admiral. "Rifai Khan," the admiral said, "we are here to honor a hero." Mehek peeked from behind her. "Father," clutching his shirt. An officer knelt and handed her a small flag. "Your father saved a life," he told her softly. "Never forget that." Tears filled her eyes, tears Rifai pretended not to see. The admiral continued, "We looked into your record. You were once a top rescue diver before you left the service, quietly. You raised a daughter alone. Worked nights. No complaints. No recognition." He paused. "We can't change your past struggles. But we can change your future." Then came the offer, unexpected, overwhelming. A permanent, dignified job at the Navy's Emergency Rescue Division. Housing support. Education support for Mehek. A salary finally worthy of the hero he always was. Rifai stood frozen. His hands shook. Mehek squeezed them tighter. "Papa," she whispered, "say yes." And for the first time in years, hope didn't feel like a distant dream.